Dr. Nibal Dahaba, co-founder and general manager of Gennecs Holding and Gennvax facility for local vaccines production. What we have seen in the first edition last year from the Africa ExCon and the massive impact that we have witnessed actually firsthand during our visits to other African countries made us feel that yes, we should participate again, and actually we are for a second year in a row the platinum sponsor, one of the platinum sponsors for the Africa ExCon. What we have seen and witnessed in other countries, and how the Africa ExCon now has made a very good reputation across the continent, as I said, made us take this decision. And the latest visit was during the World Bank Health Forum, which was held in Cape Town in mid-Feb 2023, and they were all there talking about the Africa ExCon, and even the people that didn't attend it last year, they still know about it and were very excited to attend this year. Okay, that's a very good question actually, especially for people like us who are working in a very sophisticated part of the industry, which is vaccines manufacturing. Let me tell you that vaccines manufacturing and vaccines in general as a product, we all know it's a national security issue for most of the governments across the world, and it is a public market and G2G, usually it's a public market and G2G product. So Gennecs, being a very active member in AVMI and EBPMN, which are two of the top entities working on collaborating the efforts of African vaccines manufacturing. Being an active member in those two entities in specific made us feel how important it is to have such a forum that would gather all the African countries and the African top entities on one table in one place, setting new decrees, setting new MOUs that would benefit local manufacturing, especially when it comes to biological products like vaccines. So what we expect in such a forum, we need more of signed contracts between the countries across the continent. We need to see more effort dedicated to localization. We need to have a direct impact on Gavi and UNICEF, which are the biggest procurement bodies for vaccines. So we need to highlight how important it is to have local manufacturing within Africa, and this should be reflected within the UNICEF tender and the Gavi procurement process, and which actually is happening right now. We had a very good discussion, and we're currently in the middle of this discussion with the Gavi Alliance that started in Feb in the Cape Town Health Forum, and I believe that the outcome of the discussion, having all the players in the vaccines market, would have a very good impact on the local manufacturing of vaccines in Africa. The reform that we have witnessed in the healthcare industry in the past few years was really massive. From someone working in the healthcare industry for the past 23 years, splitting the decision-making process from being centralized at one entity, which is MOH, now it is split to three entities, including the procurement process, which is totally controlled by the UPA, and all what it takes regarding the registration and all of this, which is fully controlled by EDA. I believe that this reform is one of the most important reforms that have been happening in the healthcare industry in Egypt's history. Why? Because now the process is much more agile, much more accurate. The amount of cost saving, especially in the procurement process, when we as suppliers provide one price to the UPA, so that we give one price to the whole country, This would make us, it's volume related, so that would make us give a much cheaper price, and that's what we have seen as an outcome of having UPA as a central entity for having all the medical tenders. Also, one of the biggest reforms and milestones that have been achieved lately was accrediting the EDA by WHO to have the maturity level 3, which makes Egypt the second country in the continent to have ML3. And I believe the 15% that have been set in the UPA tender process, 15% for local products as a premium. This is also a great step to enhance more of localization of pharmaceutical products, including the biologicals.